As we climbed the hills leading to the Ajanta caves, the very ground beneath our feet trembled. For knowledge from our past lives were flooding into our being. You are in conversation with Tarun and Celia Cherian, co-founders, Creator's Child and Devadara Healing. In my past life, I was a prince in the dynasty of kings, helping to build the caves. I was taller, stronger, more agile. And even then, I had long hair. My principal weapon was a spear, but I also had a range of other weapons. My chest was bare, but I had a kind of a small piece of armor covering the chest, a small round shield. Now, one of the things that puzzled me, I realized that in that life, I was actually a non-vegetarian. In fact, I saw a scene where I had caught a fish. We had caught a fish and were cooking it near the Ajanta caves. And that puzzled me, for it is a Buddhist cave, and largely Buddhists tend to be vegetarian. And that's when I did some research and realized that the dynasty of kings that had principally built those caves were Rashtrakutas, Hindus. And it was such a wonderful thought. For here were Hindu kings building a magnificent, probably the most magnificent monument to Buddhism ever. Now, while I had known that I would be encountering a past life in the Ajanta caves, Celia was less sure. She was just saying that I've seen it as a child and I don't remember so much, so I'd love to see it again. But there was one of the caves when, as she entered, she suddenly changed and changed completely. Another self was peering through. She suddenly went to the pillars and started hammering on it with the heel of her hand and producing sounds, as if the pillars were really drums. For there she had been a stonemason, cutting rocks, shaping it. And one of the things that people don't realize about the Ajanta caves is this. Most of us think of it as a place where the murals are marvelous. And they are, but most of them are very faded now, barely there. The long centuries from about the 14th till the 1850s, when the caves were rediscovered, took a very heavy toll on the murals. But what was most magnificent for us was the sound. It was incredible. There was one point where Celia told me, "Come, I'll take you into one of those monks' cubicles." But as we chanted, the sound was magnificent, thunderous. And something very strange happened, because while we were chanting here, we felt as if our chant was going out and spreading out through the stone itself, across miles. It was as if our chants were becoming part of a great, huge, gigantic bow of some great god. Many people say, "Come and travel," because it shows you things that are new. And we would like to say, "Come and travel," because it shows you portions of yourself that are ancient. Come discover the you that you once were and will be. Thank you for subscribing to our channel, visiting creatorschild.com, and growing with God.